Hello guys, I'm Tom, and today we'll uncover who Bathsheba is. One of the most iconic characters in the universe of The Conjuring is Bathsheba Sherman, the terrifying witch who becomes the main antagonist of this 2013 film. In the vast and terrifying universe of horror cinema, few characters manage to capture attention and evoke such a profound sense of unease as Bathsheba Sherman. This malevolent figure, whose legend is closely tied to the real-life case of the Perron family, emerges as the main antagonist in The Conjuring, the 2013 hit film directed by James Wan. Although the movie portrays Bathsheba as a demonic spirit, her story has deeper roots that trace back to the 19th century, specifically to the 1800s, when she was known in the local Rhode Island community for her alleged practice of satanic rituals and devil worship. In this video, we will delve into the history of Bathsheba Sherman, the context behind her appearance in The Conjuring, the events that inspired the film, and the legacy this cursed figure has left in modern horror cinema. The story of Bathsheba Sherman is one of the darkest and most fascinating tales within paranormal lore. Born in 1812, Bathsheba was a figure shrouded in mystery, with a legacy of terror that dated back to previous generations. It has been confirmed that she was related to Mary Town Eastie, one of the many women executed for witchcraft during the infamous Salem witch trials of 1692. This connection to the dark past of witchcraft seems to have sealed Bathsheba's fate. In 1863, Bathsheba married a wealthy farmer named Sherman. She soon gave birth to a son, but the family's happiness was short-lived. Just a week after the child's birth, her husband caught her in a horrifying act. Bathsheba was attempting to sacrifice her own baby to the devil. Enraged, he confronted her, but what happened next was even more chilling. In her fury, Bathsheba climbed to the top of a tree and proclaimed her devotion to Satan, cursing all those who would dare to take possession of her land. In a final act of despair, she hanged herself, committing a brutal suicide. According to paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, the image of Bathsheba hanging from the tree became etched in the history of the land, as her spirit continued to haunt it for generations. After her death, Bathsheba's spirit did not find peace. In fact, her presence never left the old property in Harrisville, Rhode Island. Her curse seemed to persist, tormenting any family that moved into the house. These families were not only victims of her presence, but also of her malevolent influence, which attacked them in increasingly horrific ways. Over the years, many victims were reported, and Bathsheba relentlessly haunted them. Her tormented spirit not only terrified these families, but also possessed the mothers, forcing them to commit unspeakable acts. The most horrifying tale is that of a mother who, under Bathsheba's control, killed her own children before being driven to suicide, as if the curse was destined to destroy everything she loved. The spirits of those victims remained trapped in the house alongside Bathsheba, creating an atmosphere filled with fear and despair. No one who lived there could escape the relentless grip of the curse. In 1971, the Perron family, consisting of Roger, Carolyn, and their 5 daughters Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April, moved to a farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, unaware that they were taking possession of the same cursed land that had once been home to one of the most sinister figures in paranormal history, Bathsheba Sherman. The old house, known for its tragedies and paranormal events, soon revealed its dark past when Bathsheba, the spirit who had left her curse on the property, focused her wrath on the Perrons, seeking vengeance for what she saw as the usurpation of her territory. The first sign that something was wrong came when Sadie, the family dog, refused to enter the house. Animals, often sensitive to the paranormal, are usually the first to detect unseen presences, and Sadie sensed a threat in the atmosphere of the old home. That very night, the family awoke to the heartbreaking news that Sadie had been brutally killed. While the scene was never shown explicitly, the dog's death left a deep scar on young April, who mourned the loss of her loyal friend. It was clear Bathsheba had begun to make her presence known. In the nights that followed, the Perrons experienced a series of inexplicable phenomena. Furniture moved on its own. Clocks stopped at the same time every night, 3:07 a.m., known as the Devil's Hour, and mysterious knocks echoed through the walls, seemingly mocking the Holy Trinity, along with the palpable feeling that something malevolent was lurking in every corner of the house. These events created an atmosphere of imminent terror. However, not all the spirits in the Harrisville house had malicious intentions. While Bathsheba was intent on tormenting the family, other spirits seemed to harbor no desire to harm them, though their mere presence was utterly terrifying. Bathsheba, on the other hand, was relentless and manipulative, with a clear objective: to destroy the family that had invaded her territory. One of the most chilling incidents occurred one night when Bathsheba, using her supernatural power, pulled Christine's leg, revealing herself to her in a visible manifestation. Christine quickly realized the gravity of the situation. Bathsheba wanted the family dead. As the paranormal events grew more intense, the family began to grasp the true nature of the evil haunting them. In one of the most horrifying moments, Carolyn, the mother, was distracted by another spirit while Bathsheba seized the opportunity to attack the daughters, Andrea and Cindy. However, when the parents arrived to investigate, Bathsheba vanished, leaving only terror in her wake. Desperate, the Perron family sought the help of renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren, who were already well known for handling similar phenomena in the past. Lorraine Warren, upon entering the house, felt Bathsheba's presence with chilling clarity. She even witnessed an apparition of Bathsheba hanging from the same branch where she had taken her own life decades earlier. The Warrens concluded that Bathsheba's spirit was targeting the family and that the house required an exorcism to eradicate the evil within. However, they needed authorization from the Catholic Church and more evidence before proceeding with the ritual. As the Warrens delved deeper into Bathsheba's history, the demonic entity began to escalate its attacks. Bathsheba not only terrorized the family, but also started to possess Carolyn, who soon became the entity's primary target. Through her possession, Bathsheba revealed her darkest intentions. She wanted mothers to kill their children, just as she had done in the past. While investigating the basement of the house, Lorraine was guided to a secret passage by the spirits who had once lived there. These spirits, in their desperation, revealed the cruel truth. Bathsheba had forced previous mothers to commit heinous acts, killing their own children. At the moment Lorraine realized this, Bathsheba attacked her violently. Terrified, Lorraine managed to escape the basement, but the lingering terror in the house remained palpable. Eventually, the Perron family was forced to leave their home and seek refuge in a hotel, while the Warrens presented their evidence to the Catholic Church to obtain the necessary permission for the exorcism. Furious at the Warrens' interference in her territory and determined to continue her curse, Bathsheba would not rest. In a display of her power and control over dark forces, she infiltrated the Warrens' own home. Unsatisfied with the victims she had already claimed, Bathsheba went a step further. She summoned and allied with one of the most notorious spirits in the Conjuring franchise, the possessed doll Annabelle. This cursed figure, whose story is tied to a demon named Malthus, became Bathsheba's accomplice in her quest for vengeance. Together, they conspired to carry out a deadly attack. Bathsheba and Annabelle's plan was simple yet terrifying: to murder the Warrens' daughter, Judy. In a chilling scene, the two demonic entities strategize and free Annabelle from her case, plunging the Warren family into a nightmare of imminent death. Their first attempt nearly ends Judy's life when the child's chair is violently hurled toward her. However, Ed Warren's heroism prevents the worst, as he arrives just in time to save his daughter, shielding her from the brutality of the attack. With their plan foiled, Annabelle is returned to her case, but Bathsheba, more enraged than ever, evades defeat and begins to plot her next move. At this point in the story, Bathsheba's true evil is fully revealed. Her malevolent, sadistic, and vengeful nature makes her the most dangerous presence in the Perron house. While many of the other spirits in the mansion seem tormented by the consequences of their own actions, Bathsheba remains indifferent to suffering. She harbors no remorse. Her only intent is to ensure that no one occupies the land that was once hers. Bathsheba's evil is pure and devoid of any sense of morality or empathy. Her ultimate goal is destruction, both in life and in death. The horror reaches its peak when the possession of Carolyn Perron, the mother of the family, becomes complete. After Ed and Lorraine investigate the house and uncover Bathsheba's history, the Warrens come to understand the magnitude of the evil residing there. But the battle is far from over. Bathsheba's vengeance is only part of her larger plan. Taking advantage of the family's distraction and the investigators' exhaustion, Bathsheba fully takes control of Carolyn and, in a final attempt to fulfill her malevolent mission, seeks to make Carolyn kill her own children. The family and the Warrens are desperate to stop her, but the supernatural force controlling Carolyn is terrifying. While Ed Warren performs an improvised exorcism, Lorraine uses her emotional connection with Carolyn to try to help her regain control. It's a moment of pure tension, screams, violent movements, and a direct confrontation between good and evil. In the final second, thanks to the unwavering faith of the Warrens and the love of the family, Carolyn manages to break free from Bathsheba's grip and save her daughter. Now that we've covered her full story and origins, let me tell you about this entity's abilities, weaknesses, physical appearance, and behavior. One of the most unsettling aspects of Bathsheba is her connection to Satanism. She was not only a devoted follower of Satan, but also committed a horrific sacrifice. She murdered her own child in a dark ritual, offering him to the forces of evil. This act was not the result of external influence, but a deliberate choice to follow the path of evil, making her an even more terrifying figure. She was not corrupted by the devil. Rather, she chose to follow him of her own free will, embracing absolute darkness. What makes Bathsheba even more dangerous is her relentless determination and her ability to persist even when she seems to have been defeated. The narrative of The Conjuring becomes an epic battle between good and evil, where the Perron family, the Warrens, and the spirits trapped in the house all race against time. The Exorcism, the Warrens' last resort to save the family, is a desperate act to eradicate Bathsheba's evil, but it is a confrontation that pushes the characters to the very edge of what they can endure. The final showdown in the film culminates in an unstoppable clash between light and darkness, a reflection of the eternal evil that Bathsheba represents. Additionally, Bathsheba appears to have a special connection with events beyond her immediate domain. Throughout the film, it is revealed that the witch has an uncanny awareness of events and forces occurring outside the Perron house. Not only does she know of the existence of Annabelle and the demon Malthus, but she also demonstrates an ability to collaborate with other malevolent entities. The partnership between Bathsheba and Annabelle is no mere coincidence. Both share a common goal: the destruction of those who dare to challenge their domains. This cooperative behavior among demonic entities, with Bathsheba as a central figure, adds another layer of tension and horror to the story, as the forces of evil seem to unite in a more meticulous and dangerous assault on the Warren family. First and foremost, Bathsheba is capable of possessing people, which is one of her most terrifying abilities. Throughout the movie, we see how she takes control of Carolyn Perron, the mother of the family, becoming the catalyst for the tragedy that unfolds in the house. Possession allows her to control her victims' bodies, inflict physical and mental suffering, and ultimately manipulate their actions to achieve her dark objectives. Throughout the movie, Bathsheba not only controls bodies, but also alters the perception of reality for those around her. The Perron family begins to experience visions, sounds, and strange sensations, like the presence of something invisible yet undeniably real. This doesn't just create psychological fear, it also disorients her victims, leaving them defenseless. One of Bathsheba's most terrifying traits is her resistance to conventional techniques for banishing malevolent spirits. When paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren attempt to free the Perron family from her grasp, they encounter an almost invulnerable resistance to prayers and rituals. This makes her an even more frightening force, as she defies the expectations of what can be done to combat her. Bathsheba is not merely a vengeful spirit. She is associated with demonic forces, which amplify her power. In the movie, it is suggested that she made a pact with the devil, granting her a level of power far greater than that of other malevolent spirits. This connection to the demonic makes her an even more dangerous entity, as she can manipulate other malevolent entities to carry out her will. Though Bathsheba is a powerful spirit, her greatest weakness is her aversion to faith. This is a crucial element in The Conjuring, explored through the Warrens' work. Despite her near invulnerability to traditional methods, her power seems to wane when confronted by the spiritual strength the Warrens represent. Her resistance weakens when characters use religious symbols, such as crucifixes and holy water. Although Bathsheba possesses the power to control and manipulate others, her domain appears to be limited to the house she inhabits. Throughout the movie, the Perron family experiences manifestations of her power within the house, but outside of it, Bathsheba's influence is minimal. This geographical limitation gives her an inherent weakness. Her power is tied to the location, and once the family leaves the site, her influence diminishes. Even though she can possess bodies and manipulate others, Bathsheba does not have complete control over her victims. Notably, when the Warrens uncover the truth about her past and expose her crimes, the energy Bathsheba has accumulated weakens. This suggests that despite her power, the revelation of her story and condemnation can undermine her hold over people and the house. Bathsheba's power is tied to her history. In the movie, her existence as a malevolent spirit is deeply connected to her tragic past as a mother and the curse she left upon the house. Her history of abuse and dark sacrifices fuels her strength. But once the Warrens uncover her crimes and bring the truth to light, her influence begins to fade. This demonstrates that her evil is, in part, sustained by her past, and once it is revealed, her power is significantly diminished. Bathsheba's face is the most disturbing aspect of her appearance. It is deeply emaciated with dry, cracked skin that has a texture almost like tree bark or rotting flesh. This not only reinforces the idea that she is a corrupted spirit, but also symbolizes the decay and deterioration that accompany her connection to the demonic. Her dark, sunken eyes with a penetrating gaze convey a sense of emptiness and pure evil, as if they are windows into her infernal nature. Her long, dark, and messy hair appears like a nest of shadows that falls like a veil over her figure. This element reinforces the idea of abandonment and decay, common characteristics in portrayals of witches in cinema. Her dirty, unkempt hair also has a strong visual impact because it evokes wildness and inhumanity, suggesting that Bathsheba does not belong to the world of the living. The way Bathsheba moves is almost as important as her appearance. Her movements are erratic, fast, and in some ways not aligned with natural human anatomy. This gives her an almost arachnid quality, as if she is imitating human forms, but in an imperfect and disturbing manner. Her hunched posture also reinforces her connection with the archetype of the witch and creates a visually striking image when she appears on screen. The clothing Bathsheba wears is deliberately disheveled and old, as if it had decomposed alongside her. This design underscores her connection to the past and her origin in a distant era, trapped in time by the curse that binds her to the house. The shadows cast by her clothing add a level of mystery, making her figure appear almost spectral. While Bathsheba has a vaguely human form, there are elements in her design that suggest something beyond. For example, her elongated fingers, almost like claws, evoke a sense of constant threat. The shape of her mouth, which at times seems capable of emitting guttural sounds or inhuman screams. Her pale, cadaverous skin, which sets her apart from any living being. And this is everything we know so far about the demonic entity known as Bathsheba Sherman. Although she is not one of my favorite characters or entities, she was one of the most disturbing to me when I was younger. The first time I saw this demon, I couldn't shake off that malevolent smile and the terrifying way she appeared in the movie. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did you already know about Bathsheba Sherman? Do you think she was truly a witch, or was she just a creation or misinterpretation of the time? And finally, if something similar happened to you, would you abandon your house or try to deal with the problem? Share your answers to these questions and your overall opinion about Bathsheba Sherman in the intriguing and terrifying universe of The Conjuring. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, share it to support the channel, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos.